Hi guys, welcome to Best Berries Farm, Naivasha. We've been doing strawberry farming for the last 4 years and we would like to share our story. So here's our story. I started when I was very small, out of interest and love for fruits. So I would collect those seeds from everywhere, from the market, the fruits I would buy from the market, plant them and nurture them into trees. Then there came this point I realized that people were also getting interested in what I was doing. So flocks of people started coming to get my seedlings because I would start by planting them in a small nursery, then later to the farm. So I decided, let me just expand kidogo to accommodate my community so that they can also get a share of it. At first it wasn't anything commercial, by the way. It's just helping, like you will come pick 5, go plant, like that. The point at which I realized that the community really was interested in what I was doing, that's when I decided to commercialize it, because I couldn't actually provide seeds for everyone in the village. And for me to be able to accommodate everyone who was in need, I had to expand. And for me to expand, I needed funds. So I started selling some of the fruit trees that I had, the seedlings that is. And that is how I got into commercial farming. I started seeking certification from KEPHIS, because of course there were those concerns like, are you selling as genuine stuff? Because we also started getting people from far away and very serious farmers who wanted to do their orchards in a commercial manner, and they needed to be sure that whatever they are getting from us is something that is of high quality. And to do that, you only needed to get a certification from KEPHIS, and you couldn't do that without commercializing the entire process, from procurement of the planting materials to the actual production, which needed a lot of labor to produce the numbers that were in demand. The reason we chose, or we settled on strawberries, was the urge or the need to get a product that will appeal to the youth. The youth like something that is fast. So, like if you look at avocado, it will take you about 2 years to get to fruition, and that is quite a long time for youth to wait. They needed something that will generate income faster, because they also don't have the financial muscle to invest and wait all that long. And strawberries fits that bill perfectly. Like, you just need to plant, and in 3 months time you start harvesting. So it came out as the best of the fruits that we could take out there to the youth. And then it also has a very interesting value chain. It's easy to market because of the high demand that we have. It's easy to package, because you only need to get pallets and do your selection, and you're already packaging. And you can also value add, like we do here. We produce jam. The most interesting thing about strawberries is that it's a high value crop. So you can start on a smaller scale. You don't need to have an acre or 2 or 10. A quarter is basically very much enough for you to get started, and it's relatively affordable. So basically, let me just take you through the process of starting this. If you're interested, a quarter acre would be an ideal piece to start with. Reason being, this is a high value crop, so the returns are good, and you don't need a lot of space to get started. So the first thing is actually to just set up the farm. As you can see, the way we've set it up is using beds. That is ideal, because you're also able to use the plastic mulch. It's for a reason, by the way. You're going to minimize your labor cost, because you won't need to keep weeding every now and then. And also it protects the fruits from touching the soil, because that will spoil the fruit. So once you are set up like this, you have your beds ready and you have your plastic mulching on it. pretty much everything is said. The next thing you need to think about is how to irrigate and fertigate the crops. And that comes about through drip irrigation, which is also very easy to set up. The cost of the drip irrigation for a quarter an acre could run into around approximately 60,000. And that will take a few, like a day to set up, and you'll be ready now to do your planting. For a quarter an acre, because that's what is ideal to start with, you will need about 4,000 seedlings. And a seedling costs about 15 shillings. If you're a good bargainer, you can get it at that price. A quality one, by the way. So go for that one that is very good quality. Ensure that you visit the farm that is supplying you with the seedlings. You see what they are doing on the farm, and if you like the quality good, then you can go ahead and take it. Our model here is to use 2 lines per bed. There's 2 rows. The rows, of course, are separated 30 centimeters, and then from each plant we do 30 centimeters as well. And that one crop in a year should give you, on the minimum, 1 kg. So you can imagine how many tons those are from just a quarter an acre. That's why I told you it's high value crop. Agribusiness comes with its own challenges. For strawberries, it's not very unique, by the way. You'll get pests as the number one challenge, and the worst of them is birds. You may not realize that with other forms of agribusiness, but birds are a terrible mess. If you don't have a shade net, if you can see, we have a shade net here, and that is basically to protect us from birds. The second is diseases, which are very hard sometimes to control if you let them spread. That's the point, if you let them spread. If you do your scouting very well every morning, ensure you see, you look at every plant, and if you notice any weird changes, then it's time for you to act. So diseases can really affect you. And of course, we also have the small pests, other than birds. We have sometimes thrips, we have worms, but those ones are relatively easy to notice. Now, the main one is nutrition. And that challenge can come in 2 ways. One, if you fail to properly fertigate your crops. And 2, if you get your EC and pH wrong. Because if those levels are out of the range for strawberries, then your plants will not be able to uptake the nutrients. So you need to be very careful. And strawberries speak loud. If you look at the leaves, they can tell you, I'm lacking magnesium, I don't have calcium. That will also be visible from the fruits. If your fruits don't have calcium, they spoil very fast, and you won't get the value in the market, because one day at the shelf and they're already rotting, and that's not very interesting. If you're good enough and you have overcome the challenges at the farm, and now you have a good crop, you need to figure out where to sell it. And you will encounter another challenge in marketing. First of all, when you're taking the fresh berries to the market, customers want to buy the big size of berries. That leaves you with the small size, and you may not know where to take them, even though they might be of excellent quality. The only thing is that they are relatively smaller than what the customers want. And that is a good point to think about value addition. And it's very easy to go into value addition, especially if you think about making jam, like we are doing. We make our jam and sell it under the brand name Wow. And this is something that isn't really difficult. Even though we need volumes for that to make sense. So if you've started small, you can also collaborate with others who have started on the same scale with you, and bring your produce together. That which you are not able to sell, bring it together, value add it, make your jam, and you will have cut the post-harvest losses that you will encounter otherwise. It's interesting for anyone who will want to get into strawberry farming, but I will have a few words for you. One, you need to have figured out your market. Luckily, you have 3 months to do that. Know where you'll be selling your fresh fruits. That gives you a point ahead of the other farmers. Number two, you need to have your water in check. You need to have clean water that has the right level of pH. Water messes you up completely if it is off the levels, the pH levels. And three, you also need to figure out if this market that I have already gotten doesn't work out as we are anticipating, then what next? What do I do? And learning to value add for strawberries, it's not a very technical thing. You can do that, and if you have the volumes, then that is a nice way to tackle that problem. You know, it was interesting the way we started farming strawberries. We had to figure out everything for ourselves. And we needed to do a lot of Googling, we needed to do a lot of farm visits, we needed to do a lot of consultancy with people, and some of them were actually not so willing to offer the information. So we also saw that our farmers are facing the same challenges, but luckily now we already have everything on our fingertips. We know the challenges, we know the journey. We can basically take you right from the start all through to marketing. So we developed a product where we do consultancy for farmers. We will come visit you. If you're interested in starting strawberry farming, you don't need to worry. You don't need to go through the same problems that we went through. We are here, we have the information, we will come, we will guide you step by step. Even if you are a baby, you'll be able to understand it. So that has been my story in strawberry farming. We have learned our way through from start to marketing, and we would like to share our experiences. So if you're out there and you want to get started, don't shy away, just reach out to us. We will come to your farm and help you. And we'll also like to learn what other farmers are doing. So if you're out there and you're a farmer, please share your story.
Coming up next week, we visit Anastasia. They also call her Mkulima number 1. She retired in 2013, and 7 years later, over 15 greenhouses, and she has tips on how you can plan for your retirement if you choose to venture in agriculture. As you look out for that story, remember to hit the subscribe button below for previously featured stories and new ones every week.